beers. Bloody brilliant
Beers.
Bloody brilliant sport.
G'day everyone and welcome back to the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast brought to you by Bluebet.
We are Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started off reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations you'd more than likely hear in the front bar at your local. And Clutzy, as always, where are we coming to the lovely, lovely listeners from?
Mate, we're coming from the Caxton Hotel, and gee, she was pumping on the weekend.
Oh, she was.
There was a lot of people at their local on the weekend. It was great to see.
We'll be getting to that later on, though. This is our sports show. Happy Thursday if you're listening. As always, we say, if you're looking for in-depth analysis and a breakdown of stats,
Kindly fuck off.
Kindly fuck off. You're not going to find it here. But yeah, prepare for us to just launch into an hour's or half an hour's worth of absolute tripe, which vaguely revolves around sport, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. And before we do get into that tripe, we're just going to do a little timely tradition of
We
ours.
do. Our favourite thing to do at the Caco, and especially when we do a podcast, is
get
to
a bloke
jam
in
a
your
bloke
throat.
down our throat.
Ching.
Don't mind if I do. Shout out to Kempy, Danny Kemp from Bloke in a Bar. Bloke beer, get one down your throat. If you want to find out where you can get one, go to blokeinabar.com and enter your postcode into the store locator to find a stockist near you.
And if you're in Brisbane, come to your local, go to the Caxton Bottle Shop because it is your local, and you can grab a case of Bloke Midi for $50 at the moment.
$50.
Which is unreal.
That is unreal.
I think that's unreal value.
It is unreal value.
It could possibly be the best bang for your buck beer on the market.
You know what was...
Jokes, cunt, it is.
It is, yeah, sorry. I was going to launch into a segue there, but we'll go with you.
Okay.
You go first. This is your thing. I didn't want to
No, that's okay, dude. You can go through
I was
it
going
if
to
you
say,
want.
you know what was bang for buck? The Redcliffe Dolphins at $7.50
Mate,
on Sunday.
honestly. I think it was one of the best events I've ever been to. Now,
It was historic.
we were on our way back up from Melbourne, and historic is the right way to describe it because when you think about it, it's not every day that you get to go to the first game of like an inaugural game into a professional competition.
When was the last team that entered the NRL? Dolphins? Oh, not Dolphins, obviously Dolphins, yeah. Yep.
Titans
5 days ago.
2006.
Yeah, Titans is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
2006, so we
Yeah.
could have gone to that. But that's how many years ago?
I'm going to say 17.
Like, that's a long time to wait.
Yeah, it is. There's literally, if you're in year 12, like you were conceived the year before.
There you go.
Or maybe at the start of the year, depending on
depends.
how horny mum and dad
Depends
were.
when your birthday is. I guess
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind of
it.
how it works.
That's it. So
It was pretty cool.
it's been a long time, and you know what? I've seen something throughout the week. Now, apparently when you're an inaugural team, you have to get marquee signings.
Yep.
And people saying the Phins didn't exactly get marquee signings.
Yep.
Now, when the Titans came in, they had players... if people can remember, Scott Prince, Matt Rogers,
Yep.
Luke Bailey,
Yep.
all playing
Like rep footy.
high-level footy. Matt Rogers just came back from one of the all-time great stints in Union.
Yeah.
Scott Prince, probably the unluckiest halfback to ever
And
play rugby league.
You can't underrate that coming back from Union because he's played league before that as well,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah.
So, like, it's not like... You know how sometimes when players swap, they, like, don't go as well?
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
a freak league player, played for the Wallabies, and then came
Yeah.
back. Like, he's not just a rugby union player coming
He's just
over.
a footy player by trade.
Exactly, yeah. I think he still is a footy player.
Yeah, I reckon. Well,
I actually
are you
saw
ever
him,
not?
saw him on Super Bowl Monday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's
jacked.
looking fit as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, he's hot as fuck.
Did he go on
as well.
Survivor?
I think he did.
Yeah, just an athlete. Just an athlete.
Dude, do you reckon it's a prerequisite like to be like hot, tan, and blonde and play footy to be on Survivor?
I don't watch Survivor.
Well, neither do I, but I always see it pop up.
Yeah, it's true. They always do have hot and fit footy players
Yeah,
on there.
That's it. But circling back, sorry, got distracted by the hot Gold Coast. People saying that, the Phins didn't get some good signings, but I haven't watched the documentary yet, but apparently there's a really cool scene in there when the Dolphins signed Jesse Bromwich, and apparently Wayne just gets off the phone and goes, "Congratulations, we've just signed our captain."
How sick is that?
That's sick. I saw a comment from Jesse. He said to Triple M Sport that if everyone could be in the sheds after the game, like to see how much it meant to the old boys from the Redcliffe Club. And I think that's what's the best. Like, we were talking last year, like, fuck the Phins coming into the comp.
Especially as a Broncos supporter.
But it was hard not to get caught up in the hype on the weekend.
100%.
It's
the
great
hype
to
caught
see.
me up big time.
Yeah.
In no way will I be supporting the Phins against the Broncos in round 4.
No.
But like when you're playing the Sydney Roosters at Suncorp, like that's one of like the most hated Sydney team, right?
Yeah, the most hated team in the NRL.
It's an historic day.
Yeah.
They're outsiders of the nth degree.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying they have no marquee signings, and the boys just step up. Like Phins Fever was going off.
It was insane. Felice Kafusi played like a man possessed.
He did.
I've never seen so many people get fucked.
Dude, you know, we were at the game. You know that hit he put on Cheese?
Yeah.
Have you watched the actual, like the vision of it?
Yeah.
You can hear the noise Cheese makes.
Yeah.
It's obviously we didn't hear it
It's
in
crazy,
the stadium,
bro.
but like
He, I think Cheese had to go get scans for cracked ribs.
so far.
Because that's how hard Felice hits. And that's awesome for us.
Queensland.
Not only is the Dolphins being our third, possibly second team for you.
Yeah.
But for Queensland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because people saying Felice might not be back there. But Felice just came out and was like,
I was definitely
hello.
a doubter. I was a doubter of them for sure. I thought they were going to get beaten by 50, but they got up.
I'm glad they got up. We were actually having a discussion. Shout out to Bluebet as well for hosting us on Sunday. What a fucking time it was.
It was.
We're up in a
unbelievable.
box. It was my first box experience. Broke my virginity, actually. So that was really cool.
Clutzy finally got some box.
Yeah, I finally got box. So it's only taken 28 years, but I tell you what, you'll never forget the first box you're in.
I don't reckon. Especially when you get treated like that in there.
Yeah,
you bought
exactly.
beers, you bought food, air conditioning.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
I can't wait to
Very
get back in that
comfortable.
box. It's nice to join the box together.
Do you know what was crazy? The
What?
longevity of being in that box.
I've never experienced
We were in
anything
that
like
box
that.
for
Mate,
hours
we got there
together.
about an hour early, an hour before
exactly.
kickoff, and they kicked us out of there.
Yeah, they had to. Well, but we weren't finished.
The lady, we still weren't.
And we still
We
weren't
had a good
finished.
time though. we had a great time.
did.
I can't believe we A-framed the Dolphins on the weekend.
Yeah,
Essentially,
it was fucking great. And like it got pretty tight in the box as well. Like we were rubbing shoulders
there was
with
blokes
each other,
banging on the walls and
yeah, but there was one
hugging
fella-
each other,
It was
connecting.
fucking sick.
Brent Tate was in there.
Brent Tate was in there. Yeah, he made a surprise guest appearance. And, you know what? We'll always welcome more people.
Can't say
into
no
our
to a
box.
Queenslander.
Yeah, that's it. But it was pretty sick. I forgot the fella's name, and I feel terrible. But excuse me, we'd had a lot of beers.
and we met a lot of people.
There was one thing he said, and he's like, people are going to ask you, where were you for the Dolphins' first game? And you're going to say, I was fucking here.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I'm actually G'd up. But
The funniest thing was that the box next to us that shared like a glass wall had on the sign out the front, it was like entrepreneurial business school. And they're like all these suave as fit looking, like they'd been on fucking Survivor.
Yep.
Young people. And then there's just like Bluebet. Just fucking
Us
going,
just going at
hammering
it.
piss, like smashing the walls.
Yeah.
The TVs on the walls kept turning off because people were banging on them so hard. Like, it was hectic.
It's pretty crazy. Long-time listeners, you might know this, but I could have been mistaken for Ryan Freeney on the weekend. The amount of spring rolls I consumed in that box was crazy.
Yep.
Also, this always happens at events, but every time someone's bringing around food, they all look at me and just go, come on, you'll have another
Do
one.
me a favour. I need to
Yeah.
get rid of this.
And you know what? I was so full in the box, like bursting at the seams. I was like, fucking
Full of
hell.
what?
For young, dumb, and full of cum, basically. But we went to the paddo afterwards for a little Dolphins soiree, and I'd had a fair amount of food, and I saw a chick walking around, and she had one slice of pizza left. I was like, I'll help you out, love. And her face lit up. I was like, there we go. I've made someone smile today, so I'm happy.
Oh.
But Dolphins fever was everywhere. The fins you could...
Phins Fever.
Apparently those fins weren't even meant for your head. Did you hear that?
No, what are they meant for?
They were just meant to hold or put your hand in it.
As if they weren't going on air.
And that's exactly what everyone said, but like
Yeah.
it's a great little thing to get
It's
on.
kind of fair because Dolphins don't have fins on their heads, but
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know.
blowholes.
Blowholes, yeah.
But I'm definitely a changed man. I was the first one to doubt the fins.
Yep.
And I'll stand here and admit I was wrong. I got caught up in Phins Fever.
We
As
had
I
a-
said, by no means do I like them better than the Broncos.
No.
And I'll be fucking
No.
wishing death upon them when they play the Broncos in
Yeah.
round 4. A long and painful bashing at Suncorp. But I relate them to the Cowboys, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You got to love them.
if Cowboys are playing the Roosters, I'm not going for the Roosters. Why
Yeah.
the fuck would I do that?
No point.
Exactly.
Dad actually brought something up with me because Dad's a Phins member, and shout out to him. But he went to buy a polo shirt from one of the vendors. Have a guess how much a Phins polo shirt was going for on Saturday.
$80.
140.
That's disgusting.
Same price as a jersey.
That is
He said,
disgusting.
What the fuck would I pay that when I can go to Amart and get the same thing for 40?
Is it Suncorp though?
Suncorp, they're $140 for a polo.
Jeez.
Tell you what though, I am very tempted to get the KFC jersey.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because not only is it the greatest takeaway, it's one of the greatest jerseys I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
But Dust, we did have something. So making history. Might have had a little call. Is this where it's going to play
yeah,
into?
probably should have played at the start, but
all right.
this sort of call is why, as a Queenslander, you should be getting behind the Dolphins, especially when they're playing someone like the Chooks.
Yep.
Hey, Clutz and Dice. It's the gelatin dribbler here with possibly my final fucking call because I've paid for a platinum ticket to watch the Roosters get absolutely fucked by the Dolphins. I'm wearing a Roosters jersey, Roosters pants. I wore a fucking sombrero that had salary cap written on it. And they have played like my touch footy team on a Monday night and lost to probably the shittest team, or what will be the shittest team in the comp. I've got my two mates in Dolphins jerseys here talking shit. No words can describe how I feel right now, but I know...
Look, when they say money can't buy you happiness, literally just go and have a look at any fucking person associated with Sydney Roosters. Because those cunts have all the money in the world.
Yep. Exactly.
All of it. And it did nothing for them. Which
mighty
is
Phins.
hilarious. But, yeah, I will never forget where I was for that.
Absolutely
it was
not.
such a good game. I was going to
The
say...
atmosphere was literally
It was
electric.
literally electric, as Mark Nichols told us.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was electric. Shout out to the great man.
Also saw Jared Wallace drinking beers after the game. Like, respect.
Dude, rugby league players as well, when you see them up close, fit as fuck.
Oh,
Doesn't
gotcha.
matter what position. Sean Sullivan,
Thick.
he's fucking jacked, bro.
Thick
and
as.
a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
And fuck, he can play footy. It's good to see him really get his opportunity and grab it by the blowhole and just ride it.
Hold on.
But we were having a chat beforehand, and we did have a little dabble because my dad's always told me, particularly in footy, the odds of football games are crazy sometimes. He said, how can you have, I think the Phins are paying $7.50 with Bluebet on the weekend. And like, how the fuck in a 2-horse race can you have such, like,
You know what got me
Fucked
across the
odds.
line for that was I said the same thing about the Bronx against the Panthers in round 1. I said, Panthers are going to be good, but Bronx are playing well. Broncos were $5. I've got to have some of that.
Yeah.
And I hadn't even considered getting on the Phins. And then
No.
you brought it up and I was like,
Yeah.
I literally bought into this fucking theory on Friday night. So why would I not buy into it now? I got on just before kickoff, and I'm very glad I did.
I think my dad could be the greatest rugby league bettor of all time.
Clutz, you reckon?
Clustradamus. There's something in that.
There is something in that.
Because that's two $5 plus ones that he
Has
basically
jagged.
his theory has jagged for us.
We've already got our blue bet market for this week, but maybe we'll bring him on next week for a market update.
Clustradamus, that'd be great. I would love that.
That'd be pretty good.
But mate, you did mention the Broncos.
The mighty Bronx.
Great performance. We watched the KO Mini, I reckon, 5 or 6 times.
Did we? When?
Well, like the replays. We just kept watching all the replays.
Yeah. We watched it on my phone once we landed.
Yeah.
You know what I will say about the weekend? It was great. We saw a lot of live sport on the weekend, which is unbelievable. Atmosphere electric everywhere we went.
Yep.
Didn't get to actually sit down and enjoy any footy.
Like just relax.
Yeah, not even relax, but like, you know, when you go to a game, it's obviously elite, especially when the atmosphere is awesome, but you miss so much not hearing the commentators and like, you know what I mean? Like, I could rewatch the Dolphins game and be like, I didn't even fucking see that happen.
Yeah.
So like, I still feel like I haven't watched any footy.
Yeah, right.
Because Friday we flew.
Yep.
Missed the second half of the night and the first half of the Bronx. I didn't see a full game. Saturday we're at the Rugby all day.
Yep.
Didn't see any league, and we, as I just said, live at the Union. And then Sunday we went to the Phins game. So tonight, if you're listening to this Thursday night, I'm going to be parked up on the couch watching the footy.
Do you reckon you might need to employ the old cricketing tactic of Going to the grounds and, you know, the old fellas that buy
Yes,
the microphone?
dude.
Maybe you should do that, dude.
I wonder if you could do that.
Well, maybe we should
Surely.
start. That can be our next business venture.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like the little
fucking
headsets with
elite.
the live commentary in them.
Yeah.
That'd be
And it could
really
be
good.
us.
Yeah. That'd be
Commentate.
fucked.
Wow.
Wow.
That can't pass the ball.
Who is that? Clutzy, who is that?
Who is that?
Oh, that fuckwit. Smash him. Someone fucking smash
Played
him.
against him when I was a kid.
It would literally sound like the two fucking blokes sitting behind you dribbling.
Be so fucking funny. But on the weekend as well, I think we came to a realisation with rugby league that Queensland gets NRL more.
We've said it a number of
South
times,
Wales.
but it's just proof in the pudding,
There's
right?
currently 2 New South Wales teams in the top 8.
Yep.
4 Queensland.
Yep. Stop the count.
And the other 2, Melbourne, which is
Yep.
basically Queensland.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
the Wars, which a fair few Queenslanders play for the Wars.
Also, it's sort of like the Dolphins. If the Wars are playing Sydney, go the Wars.
Well, the Wars were based in Redcliffe for the last 3 years.
So,
So
stepdaddy.
there we go.
Yeah. Up the Wars.
So I think that's great.
It's a good sign for Origin.
It's good to see all 6 of our teams get the dub and stay in the top 8.
I think as well, like, you can argue in round 1, probably more than any other game, that a lot of people will be playing on emotion. Like,
Yeah.
you're still finding your feet. You're still working out your formations and your plays and stuff. Coming from someone who's obviously never played a game of rugby league in my life.
Yeah.
But in my, I've seen enough footy to know that there's a lot of emotion flowing around.
Yeah.
And that's why teams like Brisbane, Redcliffe, even though, what do you call the Dolphins? You call the Broncos Brisbane. What do you call?
They're called the Dolphins.
So that they don't have like,
They're not Redcliffe or anything because I think the whole aim of the Dolphins is
they don't want to be pigeonholed, do they?
No, because they don't want to be seen as Brisbane because they
Brisbane
want to
Broncos.
basically get I think they want to get like the
Sunny
coast, you know what I
basically,
mean?
yeah.
Sunny Coast up to Gladstone and shit like
Is there any
that.
other teams like that though? The Warriors, maybe? You don't really call them New Zealand, do you?
No, I think they're just the Warriors.
Yeah.
Or Vodafone Warriors. They're not
Shout
the
out
New
Vodafone.
Zealand Warriors.
No,
they just
you're
happen
right.
to be in New Zealand.
Never thought about that.
Um,
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
emotion played a lot of big part. First game, you got to get up for the first game. Some people just can't get up.
no, they can't.
They wouldn't be any good in a box.
No.
After a long night in
No,
Melbourne,
no, no.
they'd be shocking in a box.
They would be terrible.
Not getting up.
Wouldn't last at all.
They wouldn't last at
Probably
all.
wouldn't get in.
Wouldn't get in, wouldn't get up.
in at all.
New South Wales would not get in, would not get up in round 1. There you go.
There we go. You've heard it here from us. Speaking of Melbourne, though, mate, probably one of the most fuck things to happen from the weekend was Munster first game,
Oh, yeah.
Golden Point.
I thought you meant our
thrilling
weekend, but-
victory. Well, no.
I'd almost rather what happened to Munster happen to me than have to endure our weekend again.
Fuck that, bro. I would much rather do the weekend
I'm
over and
joking.
over and
Absolutely.
over and over.
Yeah.
Compound fracture.
I'm out, dude.
And they're putting it back in.
I'm out.
Because
What do they do for that? They just taped
Bro,
it up, dude.
Do you cut some of the skin and just fucking go, here you go, she's back in? Because
Yeah.
compound fracture, ladies and gentlemen out there, is where the bone pierces the skin. And then he just fucking strapped it
playing.
back together and played the next half.
Dude, I honestly reckon if that happened to me and I looked at my hand,
I'd just cry.
I'd pass out for sure.
I'd be crying.
I wouldn't know. I'd be like, get someone call my mum.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this.
Dad.
Mum.
Dad.
Mum, what do you want me to do, Mum? Like, I need your help.
Fucking help. Please.
Get in the car's a half-hour drive to the hospital. I can't wait half an hour.
Yeah, I can't wait out. Just knock me. I'd probably ask, Dad, punch me in the fucking face until I get
Take me
knocked
to the
out.
hospital.
And I
And if
swear
I wake up-
won't report you.
And if I wake up,
Yeah.
punch me again.
Yeah.
Please.
So I did a little bit of research though to see if anyone's ever done something similar before, and this is fucking gnarly. There's a bloke played for the 49ers in 1985. His name's Ronnie
Holy.
Lott. I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Now it says that he mangled his pinky finger while making a tackle. And he came off the field and demanded that they just chop the tip of his pinky finger off
dude.
so that he could keep playing and get back on the field for the boys.
That is fucked.
So they chopped the top of his pinky off, taped up the stump, and he went straight back out.
That is fucked.
Is that not fucked?
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
Did that happen to fucking Angus Crichton pretty much?
Well, he wasn't
Nah.
in the middle of the game.
I don't think
but-
his was poking out either. I think it was
No,
dislocated. or
he
something.
dislocated it that many times
That it
he just
died
went-
pretty much or something.
It was either that or that he was like, I keep doing it.
Yeah.
So just get rid of it. So now he's got a little stump as well.
Fuck that.
Maybe they can
Barracuda.
Fuck. There's something in that. Maybe we need to get this collection of stumps together with Long John and do like the stump
files.
Stump files.
It could be our next. What was it? Fetish files.
Fetish files. Yeah.
We did.
What's your
stump it.
favourite stump to get penetrated by? We've
Yeah.
got pinky. We've got index finger.
Bed frame.
Bed frame. Yeah. Walking stick. My leg. Tell you what. In the name of science and research,
We could do it.
I probably could get something stumpy.
Yeah. If there's
My thumb's pretty stumpy.
Yeah.
What? So's my big toe.
Yeah, we found out on the weekend your feet are fucked, but sure.
Oh yeah, actually, shout out to
Jimmy.
Jimmy for doing that. Yeah, Jimmy of foot fetish fame. There is something in that.
There is something in that.
And
Anyway.
it's sexual. I do like it. The Union was sick on the weekend. It was pretty funny. We walked in, we sat down, and everyone was cheering.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck?
What just happened?
What just happened? Chiefs kicked off to Moana Pacifica. Moana Pacifica got tackled. They passed the ball. It got intercepted. And the centre for the Chiefs scored within 9 seconds.
The centre for the Chief would have been no good in the box on the weekend.
No.
Got the job done too quick.
Way too quick.
Plenty of people there watching for entertainment.
Way too quick.
Plenty of people watching for entertainment, and he just, did the job too early.
No,
Sorted.
That's not what you want sometimes.
No.
Like, it was great, but then it's also like, what's next?
What's next? Where to from here? Lucky
Yeah.
there's a lot of other players on a rugby field.
Yeah,
People are going to think this whole episode's an ad for Steady Freddy. It's not.
it's not. But if you do need help with that,
You know where to go.
grab someone, spray your cock. It'd be fucking sick. But I thoroughly enjoyed the Union on the weekend.
Yeah.
And
From what I remember.
yeah, from what we remember, I believe it was the highest point scoring round in Super Rugby
There you go.
history. It was the quickest try in Super Rugby history. The Reds scored their highest ever total amount of points in Super Rugby history of 71. We missed that. That would have been sick.
Is it a coincidence that the one weekend ever that we've been to the Super Rugby was record breaking?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. There's something in that.
There's a record breaking weekend on all fronts.
Rugby Union, Eddie Jones in particular, if you need us to help break records or droughts such as World Cups over in France, reach out to us on...
We're full of culture.
0124 1869.
Yeah, not there.
That's 0124
What number is that?
9869. I don't
Oh,
know.
you're
That's
trying to
why I
remember
couldn't
what you
remember
just
it.
said.
Yeah. But no, I enjoyed it a lot. Now, people that were following us last week as well, we had our first Blue Bet special didn't go to plan. That's okay.
fine.
But we thought we'd trust Marky again.
Yep.
We had a little malt going, and he provided the goods right at the end.
He did.
Big man.
Big
Man for a winger.
Big man. They're all big men.
Yeah, they actually fucking
We met a
huge.
couple of them on the weekend. They're fucking
Yeah,
huge.
they are
blokes.
huge.
What do they eat to get like that? It's fucked up.
Oh, just, I don't know, a lot of
Like, they're
testosterone.
actually- Right, they're fucking proper
It's
big.
ridiculous how big. Rugby union players are a different. I reckon there's arguably bigger rugby union players than league players.
Yeah, potentially.
Position wise, like say second rowers.
For Union.
Yeah.
They're always
Mate,
huge.
Brody Retallick from the Chiefs, he's like over
So
2
tall.
meters tall.
Yeah, fuck.
It's like literally looking at the bloke from Happy Gilmore, like, I believe that belongs to Mr. Gilmore. And he's just fucking charging. And no wonder people are terrified because
Yeah, exactly.
everyone saw what happened to Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore.
We've seen it.
Brody Retallick is he's the reincarnation of that old cunt from Happy Gilmore.
So
Except he doesn't have any. Well, actually, we don't know this. He wears tape around his head, so possibly he does have a nail in his head from a loose nail gun.
Yeah,
from,
maybe that's why he
from
wears
a
it
wild
to cover it up.
apprentice. That could fuck. I think
We're
we're
onto
really,
something.
we're really.
Has
onto
anyone ever
something
seen Brody Retallick without head tape on? Please reach out.
I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't.
The bloke's ready to play footy wherever he
At all
goes.
times, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Much like you.
Yeah, mate,
All
that's
times.
me. One other thing that came from Super Rugby round, people say it's an invasion of privacy. I just say it's great photography skills. Eddie Jones had his little book out,
Yeah.
and he had like 2 different teams.
Yep.
He said it means nothing, but it obviously means something
Yeah.
if
Why would
people's
you?
names are
Yeah.
down
Why
there.
the fuck would you write it down if it means nothing?
But I sort of loved it. But I love that Eddie's going to all the games and doing all this hectic research. But
like an old man doing sports
Yeah.
racing form by paper
Yeah.
instead of on the phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah,
But
fucking oath.
what I was thinking was Eddie would have gone, watched a lot of rugby. Now, he would have seen a fair amount of kicking.
Yep.
It made me think, I really wish there was a name that was on there.
What?
For kicking. Matthew Burton.
Yeah.
Imagine
Man can
how
kick.
good. We were talking about who we'd actually like to see play for Australia in the rugby union, or who would be sick to see.
Yeah.
Matt Burton just putting up bombs.
Yeah, players we would like to see in the rugby union. Matt Burton's top of the list.
Yeah, 100%.
We're saying, think about when he gets a bit of time in the league and just puts up one of those bombs. Every time the commentator's like, that's in orbit. That's got snow on it. That blah, 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 blah.
It's ridiculous.
Imagine him defending at fullback and having time to just take a mark, take a step back, and just launch the fucking thing. He'd kick the skin off it.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely fucked. And what would be the most exciting part about that is with the Burton bomb, it'd be hanging up there so long that someone would be underneath it, and the collisions that would ensue from it. Because rugby union players chase the fuck out of that ball.
Do you reckon it would almost be too high? Like, you know, they all often seem to time their runs perfectly.
But, well, yeah.
Like, they're just two blokes facing each other waiting for it to come down. Like,
they do actually time their runs perfectly. We might have to get Drew Mitchell's opinion on this.
yeah.
Because he was a great winger, fullback, centre.
In the space.
Yeah, he does. He was a flying man.
Flying Drew.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I'd love to see him there, and obviously
here having a beer with us.
Here, yeah, it'd be lovely. Last little. Oh, actually, I've got two more things to go through here. The cricket. We actually won a game in India.
We did win a game in India.
Yeah. It's funny when you beat someone at their own game. And the game that we beat them at was spin bowling.
Yeah.
They produced a shithouse pitch that literally was crumbling when the ball
Looked like a
hit.
moon crater.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what have we come to expect? Cheating is just rife. And
blokes in long sleeve
cheating's
jerseys
actually
take
taught
wickets.
in Indian schools, I
Is
believe.
it? Yeah, in the curriculum.
Yeah, I think so.
Grade 2 to 4,
I think so. But
it's an elective, but it's
you
taught.
can't always get it right, can you?
No, shit,
And
no.
sometimes it backfires and helps other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was very
Can't win 'em
happy.
all.
We won. Smudge back as captain, while Paddy's unfortunately back home dealing with family issues. But it was great to see.
Plenty of long sleeves getting around.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all signs pointing to us being correct yet again.
Yeah.
As we've always said.
Is there any surprise to that?
Absolutely not.
Not at all. So Gary as well, 8 wickets in one innings is fucked.
That's an unbelievable
He's
stat.
took like 60 wickets in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's impressive.
That's impressive.
And COVID was around as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
He's taking wickets in
there's
COVID. How's
something
he
in
doing
that.
Yeah.
Apparently you're not able to do anything. Last but not least, us. At the moment, the NFL draft combine is on. Do you know much about that?
Shit, no.
It's so scat.
I sort of do. I know what it is. Like, I know what
Yeah.
the premise is, yeah.
So what I want to know, is it the most dribbly event in world sport?
Well, if people out there who don't know what it is, can you explain to them? It's basically like, it's like
Essentially-
testing, right? Like,
Essentially, you got your college players that are coming into the NFL and they get drafted, right? And they have an event.
so by drafted, you mean teams can pick from
So,
a
yeah,
list of players and they take
You
turns
got like
picking.
7 rounds in a draft, and they're numbered 1 to 32. And depending on where you finish throughout the season, is where you get to pick. Obviously, the higher the pick, the better the player, is what they assume.
Well, you just get first pick of the bunch,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So
If you do poorly, you get a high pick, so you get
Yeah.
better players, so you go better next year.
you got a better
basically.
chance at going better.
Yeah. So it's to try and keep the competition like more even, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. But they do this combine where they basically get like, they invite a whole bunch of players. So it's usually all the senior players or ones who've declared early who are really good. And they also have their own college combine days. So they go back to their college and do the same sort of shit. But I find that the passing drills, like, yeah, okay, whatever. I sort of get that. But there's only like 4 years worth of game tape of you throwing a football.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But then there's like other ones, and it's like, this guy can do this amount of reps of 225-pound bench press, which is like 100 kilos,
yeah.
or 40-yard dash,
40-yard dash is
the
pretty cool.
3-cone drill, which I think is like run from one cone to the other to another, run and catch a ball or some shit.
Yeah, right. 40-yard dash is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, 40-yard dash is probably the sickest one, but
Yeah.
it's just so, like, they put
weird.
such importance
Yeah.
on random stats like that.
Yeah.
When you have a look at, say, Tom Brady, who they said was like one of the shittest quarterbacks at the combine,
Yeah.
has gone on to become the
Literally
greatest
the best
player of
player
all
ever.
time.
Yeah.
There's another guy, Brock Purdy, who was a rookie for the 49ers this year. He tested so shit at last year's combine, led the 49ers to a championship game, looks like an absolute beast.
Yeah.
It's the hype around the combine is so fucked. Like,
I think our friends at Hello Sport might have done a bit on this already, but if there was a rugby league combine, what do you reckon they'd be testing for?
I think probably impact, like when you're trucking nut.
Yeah.
So how
Like, you know how when they
quickly you can break through a line.
when they do like crash test dummies?
Yeah.
Sure, they test the impact on the wall. Like, just get them to run at a brick wall and see.
Yeah,
how
it'd be like
hard
that
they hit
dude
it.
that on the rugby league show a few years ago
that was
who
his
ran through a
trial.
brick wall.
Yeah.
That was his thing. I can run through a brick wall.
Yeah, boom.
Pretty
Wow.
impressive.
Meat pie eating maybe for the props.
Possibly.
How many meaties?
Possibly. I reckon beer consumption would be a big one.
Yeah. How much strapping tape can you physically fit on your body?
How many times you can say full credit to the boys per minute?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely a
That'd
big
be
one.
right up there. How many
Or-
bum taps you can give per minute?
Bum taps, cheeky high fives.
Yep.
A
Secret
crash
hand-
course in social media handling.
Yeah, that'd be
Like,
good.
how good are you at sweeping things?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe broom sweeping.
Yep.
Just, occasionally you have to sweep something under.
So, yeah, sometimes you do. Like, just turn the other way.
But I think that's pretty much.
Yeah,
That's what
all
I've been
very
looking
important
for.
life skills as well,
Yeah.
though. So yeah, maybe we
Yeah,
should get
definitely.
that going.
I think we could organise something.
Yep.
We'd probably do a rugby league one down at Jeeps.
Yeah,
Different codes, but
similar
shitloads
sort of
fucking,
athletes. You know,
shitloads of fucking grass to run.
shitloads
around
of
on.
ticker down there too. So
Yeah, so, mate, I would actually love to see an NRL combine.
be pretty sick.
I think we should look into hosting one.
Yep.
So, people reach out if you got
If you want to
ideas for
sign
that.
up for this,
Yeah, if
for the
you wanna-
rugby league combine,
Yeah,
let us know.
I'll be your drill sergeant.
I'll drill you in the box.
Yeah,
I'll drill your box.
and if you want to have your box drilled by Das and I, send.
Yeah, if there's anyone out there with a corporate box that wants to get drilled by the two of us,
Yeah, let us know.
send us an
fuck-
email. We'll come to
along.
your box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll come to your box.
as long as you
come
provide
in
the
the
food and the
box.
drink, we'll come in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about it. That's
about
Bloody Brilliant Sports for this week. We will see you on Monday with Below on the Froth Off.
And we'll see you in the box this weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.